Hi Pisces, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. We're going to pull some cards. So take a deep breath. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as the feminine's Mars and the masculine's Venus. Today is June 2nd, 2020, and the read is for the first half of June for Pisces. I've already pre-shuffled. I'm going to shuffle a few more times. And so for everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for Pisces today? And let's clear all dark, negative, and viral energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and reality for the highest good of all those concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Pisces, 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 Pisces. One more and then we'll get going. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. First half of June 2020. All right, so first card out for Pisces is the Seven of Wands reversed. The challenge for you is the Two of Wands, or excuse me, the Two of Pentacles reversed. Your foundation is the World, which is also Pisces energy for me. And the recent past, you have the Eight of Swords. All right, crowning in your now moment, you have the Page of Wands reversed. And then what's coming up for you, Pisces, is the Page of Pentacles. So we have a couple kids here already, or just messages. And you see yourself as the Five of Cups, upright. And what's around you, or how might you see, and I'm noticing the cards are going down really kind of a messy way, so you may feel a little disorganized. You see yourself, or excuse me, other people might see you as the Queen of Wands. This also may be somebody around you, or the energies around you. What are the blocks that you need to clear about yourself? We have the Ace of Wands reversed. And then we end up with the Page of Swords. Now we have three pages out. What is the connection to what's left hanging in limbo at the end of the read? The connection is the Temperance card reversed, which can be impatience, losing your temper. And what's hanging in limbo at the end of the read is Nine of Pentacles reversed, which may be some powerlessness. The dings you hear is my Pisces. Is that my Pisces? No. Yeah, it is a Pisces actually texting me. I knew it would be. Okay, and you're going to get another card. You just won't see it till the end of the read. And it may be more than one depending on what the next card is. And I'm going to show you the bottom of the deck as well. So the underlying energy is the Five of Swords. And then we have a little backstory here, which I'm going to bring to you. So just give me a second, putting these cards together. And then we'll get going. So this is the Gilded Tarot that I'm using. And I'll be clarifying with the mini Rider Waite, and we'll be doing clarification, or excuse me, oracle cards at the end. So you have the Wheel of Fortune upright. Okay, this is the underlying energy before we get to these cards here. So that's very powerful, right? Destined, movement forward. And then we have the State of Emergency, right? That Chariot reverse card. This is walking away and within, the Eight of Cups, then the Three of Wands, and then the Five of Swords. So after this, if it's not the state of emergency, it can be your own emergency. It can be just broken in any way. It can be a car that broke down, just feeling stuck, or broken, broke down, broke through, broke up. All of those energies come up under this energy. No movement. And then walking away to be present to the Viking ship sailing. And there's a lot of Oriental or Chinese energy in here as well. Grass, Chinese, chopsticks and all that, right? So there may be importing, exporting energies here as well. And then we have the war. This is the war within, having defeated everybody else. Everybody's injured. But it's a, it's a shallow victory because there's no one there to celebrate with, right? But somebody won. Somebody definitely feels like they won the war. All right, so let's see where it goes from there. We have Pisces. All right, so we have the five of Swords guy. Maybe having this ship set sail, this Viking ship having left, so that could be somebody with Viking energy in their lineage. Having them walked away and you watching their ship sail to make sure they're gone, you feel like you have victory after something was broken or the state of emergency. And in the recent past is the Eight of Swords, which is that prisoned feeling, being imprisoned, imprisoning yourself with your thoughts, feeling trapped, feeling like your hands are tied, when you can actually just walk out anytime you want. You just have to choose to do that. Or this could be prisoner of war energy, prisoner of war, literally. And then the foundation there is the world, opening their heart to you, feeling imprisoned by the world, opening their heart to you, right? No privacy. And then the central energy is the Seven of Wands reversed, feeling defenseless to the energies coming in or to other people's attacks or feeling ganged up on. And the challenge being dropping the ball, dropping the act, dropping the facade, perhaps breaking patterns now. Like being forced into that in order to break the patterns. And then the now moment is that Page of Wands reversed, which is feeling frustrated, perhaps someone who has temper tantrums, whether it's an adult or child, or somebody who just has a lack of inspiration right now, or no date. Maybe somebody wanted to ask someone out on a date, maybe somebody refused the date, or their passion, but they weren't offering love, they'd be offering passion, like a teenage boy. And then we have the Page of Pentacles here, who's that good student energy, right? Or it's somebody learning from scratch, starting over a new business, a new project, or a child in school doing well. And then you see yourself as down on your knees praying these dark birds will go away. And there's two in the air. But just, and there may be a mess to clean up. So praying for help, or just this is that grieving card. And around you, or how others see you, is the Queen of Wands. Very impassioned here, but this is passion out of control. This also can be frustration, inability to become aroused, or an inability to conceive or conceptualize a situation or idea, right, or desire. And then we have the Page of Swords upright, which can be a message or a child coming in with a message, news. This child in this deck, though, is a little bit impish. They feel a little bit entitled. That's how they come off in this deck. And then we have impatience, an impetuous child perhaps. And then powerlessness, dependence, or somebody lost their money, power, and independence. Or has a child who just spends all their money. So we have one child who may be impatient and impetuous, or another child who's all over the place, and then another one who's more of a teenager, likes to spend your money, or lots of activities, traveling, all that kind of stuff, expect you to spend your money that way. And that could be a partner as well. So let's start clarifying the Five of Swords. We definitely have prisoner of war here. So why do we have the Five of Swords in the underlying energy for Pisces? Just so you get the idea of this energy, my daughter's a Pisces. And she was just, I didn't know she was going to do this, but she was just involved in one of the peaceful demonstrations down in Florida. She was in Fort Lauderdale. So that's this energy right here, her feeling like she did something worthwhile, even though they ended up getting gassed at the end. Luckily, she didn't get it too badly, but that's the energy of that Five of Swords. We have the Devil reversed, right? Detoxing from a war. And this is literally, this is funny because this literally looks like somebody rubbing their eyes out after getting gassed, right? The tear gas. Detoxing, suffering in silence. This could be someone who's up nights, trying to detox addictions as well, codependencies, whatever it is, or just suffering in silence while the war is ongoing and being strong. And then the recent past was that Eight of Swords. Why? one second. The Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords, Eight of Swords. Okay, so we have, so the prison is this love. This is a beautiful love. So why someone feels imprisoned by love? Well, just an example of that is when someone gets hurt for no reason, you feel imprisoned by the love that you feel for that person because what they feel, you feel, right? Because you love them so much. So this is after the battle, thanking God that everyone's okay, right? Happy that they're good. Being more grateful of the good connections that you do have, those very loving connections. After losing battle, perhaps, having tried to demonstrate in a peaceful way, but losing the battle because then they got gassed and dispersed. And this is a dysfunction of a family, business, or community. This can be on the national level too, of dysfunction, losing money or spending money on big purchases after a losing battle. So maybe having to put out, or just like I said, it could be societal dysfunction. The prison that we put ourselves in when we love other people. Instead of just keeping our hearts open and loving in every moment, not worrying. We need to stop worrying is the point. So the foundation here is the world upright, which is a completion. The world opening its heart to those who are standing up for those who can't fight for themselves. So the world is coming up as the Knight of Wands. And these are very similar energies. The Knight of Wands is rushing in passionately this way. And then here is the Journey with good news coming in. You know, like after the war's over, coming in with good news. This can be attention, success, victory, leading the way, being the leader. Perhaps followers getting a lot of attention with new news coming in, bringing the news for clarity to the world and happiness of the family that like we're all, you know, that we're all one. We're one big happy family. So let's, instead of hurting each other, let's all love each other. The central energy is that Seven of Wands reversed, feeling defenseless when the world's upside down, but getting over the loss, regret, guilt, and shame, no longer stuck at the winding the road, no longer clinging to the past, right, or things that are lost. Now going forward to have gratitude in every moment. So sometimes the world has to get upside down for us to learn to appreciate the present moment and no longer care what other people say or do. You only have to connect, you have to be loyal to yourself, your higher self, and stay connected in order to stay connected to the collective consciousness, to everybody's view at the same time. The challenge being, and this is even when you're feeling left out in the cold, sometimes it feels really good to be out in the cold together, right? Like the lovers who have each other no matter what. And that's very much this energy here. So the challenge being the Two of Pentacles reversed. Why for Pisces? And there we have that Seven of Wands again, reversed. Defenseless to the energies and attacks and or people ganging up on you, which, you know, my daughter got to experience that firsthand of what it feels like to want to express your voice and then getting gassed for it. Not that there's never a reason, because obviously there's always somebody in the crowd who makes things violent, and then that becomes an issue, and the police have to do their job to keep the peace. There's always different views in the situation. We have to be able to see the experience of everybody in the situation. That not everybody is bad and not everybody is good. And we're all a mixture of both, right? So this is that energy of dropping the facade, letting things go. When you can't do anything about it, that's when you just surrender, let it go. If they don't like you, then that's fine. You love yourself. That's all that matters. And this is about spreading the word, the news, the message, even if others don't agree with what you have to say. It's about breaking patterns that other people may be comfortable with and may not want to change. So why do we have the Page of Wands reversed at the top in the crowning position, your now moment? There's that expression of feelings, that energetic exchange, lots of back and forth communications and travel, as well as the arrows of love. But this is that need for clarity, to cut to the chase, a split, a divide, right? One big lie, and a need to communicate a lot to get to the bottom of it. And that's why people want to go out and say something. They want to be heard when there's some kind of disagreement. But this is also the never-ending story, right? So you don't want it to go on and on and on. You just want it to transform and become something better, right? Death and rebirth, to allow it to become something else. So when the child is frustrated, then they have a temper tantrum, and that doesn't solve anything. But expressing someone's feeling, after having expressed their feelings and trying to get clarity in the situation, feeling like what they didn't do anything, like a child who goes to do a sit-in or something like that, and then nothing changes from it, then they feel frustrated. That's the energy coming up here. But here we have the Page of Wands upright. So feeling they felt good about themselves, but in the end, then they turn reversed and become frustrated because really did it make a difference? Then they become uninspired, right? That's that frustration feeling of feeling defeated, not being able to get up again. Like, what's the point? But the point is to learn the experience. If you just focus on making yourself happy and staying connected with your higher self in the present moment and in gratitude, you naturally raise the vibrations of yourself and then those around you, and that then trickles out to everyone around you, including in a much more peaceful way. And that way making everybody happy. If everybody focused on their own self-happiness, then we wouldn't have any wars like this. So the more people who can do that, the more we can raise the vibrations for the other people who can't do it for themselves. So this energy is also coming up of jealousy and sincerity, and those who've been hurt who then refuse to give or receive love, which that doesn't solve any problems. There's a need to connect, to bond, and to rise above instead. So that's definitely the message there. So I guess her doing that is now feeding into this message I'm giving you. So now what she's done can get out to even more people about doing it in a peaceful way. The Page of Pentacles. This just flipped over inside the deck. Is the Queen of Wands reverse coming up. And this came up, I forget which read it was. It might have been the one I just did, which is Capricorn. I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, Aquarius was the one I just did. So this is someone who's reversed, and she could be sick, she could be tired, or she can be angry and having a bad temper tantrum. And this could be an ending painful ending, or feeling betrayed. This also can be having back pain and associated treatments, or just feeling that what you did, angry, this is literally like my daughter being angry at what happened to the man who was killed. It's literally coming out here. So these are students who are demonstrating, right, trying to manifest something good. When something hurts, they're the Page of Pentacles. The page comes up to try to manifest something positive instead of feeding into the negativity. So why, Pisces, do you see yourself as the Five of Cups? Five of Cups. This is withholding basically. So not giving your time, money, and energy, holding back a new life, or this is saving your money or playing ball, while you're not able to manifest, but finding something that makes you happy without withholding, because withholding is resistance. So anything that's resistance is going against what the universe wants to give you without even trying. Anything that's frustration, anger, anything that's fear as opposed to love is going to block you and what you want to manifest for yourself. And there's more frustration right there. Someone withholding out of fear that somebody wants to take from them this money, time, effort, whatever it is, withholding it and saving it. And this is someone who could be sick, tired, and angry, just like the Queen of Wands at home. This is someone in fear of losing their stability. Someone down on their knees praying that the dark birds will go away so that they can have peace of mind again in their stable home. So the home itself is stable, but the King and Queen of Wands aren't getting along here. So why is the Queen of Wands there next to him? Now she's upright over here. She's reversed over here and she's upright here. Why is the Queen of Wands upright here? Well, we have, this could be Aquarius and Aries energy here. And so this is someone, this is a judgment that's coming through, or an announcement, or perhaps help is on the way. This is a wake-up call to action. It can be music being played, reveille as well, but waking up the dead. This is a rebirth moment, right? Wake up, a wake-up call. And then here we have somebody, this is waking up the dead so that they can be free to live with an open heart and be something different than what we have been. And like I said, sometimes energies will come up reversed just to show you that that's the personality of the person in their moon or rising as opposed to their sun sign. So just to give you an example, again, my daughter's a perfect example of this. She's Pisces, but she's got Aries risings, which is around her as opposed to in this spot. So she's Pisces, Aries rising. So that can just be an explanation for that. I think she's got Aquarius in her chart as well. All right, and this is coming up Aries here. Just as an example, and that's not going to apply for everything. Obviously, there's a lot of different meanings for this. This is a wake-up call to action, an announcement to be free. It's like saying, it's like, you know, the mama bird with the birdies in the nest, be free, fly, go. It's time to go and be free, be love, keep an open heart. And this is being free, walking away from emotional attachments that no longer serve you. After the war. Okay, this is like the war at Normandy, right? That in the movie where it went on and on and on, like for the first 20 minutes of the movie, and it was so stressful. It's like it's freeing yourself from emotional attachments to needing to go to war, needing to protest. Freeing yourself from the need to do that is literally what this is saying here. So the blocks that you need to clear have to do with the Ace of Wands reverse, which is again frustration, impatience, losing your temper, not being of a higher love. There's Sagittarius too. And then we have the Queen of Cups, which can be Pisces energy. She's the Queen of Cups reversed. Someone who's sad. When you become sad, you can become frustrated and impatient because you're sad because some injustice was done. But the frustration itself doesn't help, but spur you on to learn how to transmute that frustration, turn, you know, lemons into lemonade, to turn nickel into gold. How do you make it the good out of the bad? And we have the Queen of Swords reversed here too. So here we have frustration of multiple people, and actually my daughter was with her friend going to Fort Lauderdale, and then they were with other friends when they went there. And so there's Sagittarius and then two feminine energies, the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. Feeling very frustrated now, and that's the block. So any frustration is not love, so it's going to block the good tidings that the universe wants to send to you. But that in itself is the way you get to peace, because you don't want to feel frustrated anymore. Now the universe is teaching you, well, what are you going to do to get out of that frustration energy? How are you going to learn to be happy in every situation? Finding peace when people are attacking you with the harsh truth. Okay, this can be the long arm of the law. Like this is what it feels like to have the police chasing after you, being gassed. Okay, knowing what it feels like, and knowing that you can walk away to peace, that you are not in jail. And so, why would you want to put yourself in that position of being in jail? So then we end up with the Page of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles upright and the Six of Pentacles upright, coming together, co-creating, and sharing nicely. This is equitable distribution, settling out perhaps. All right, this has to do with feeling rejected, vulnerable, shy, or someone who's spoiled and entitled, who gets everything they want, right? They have a great job, they have a great home, they have people who love them, who share with them. The Page of Swords may be feeling entitled, but not a negative thing. It's not to feel bad. It's that you feel bad that other people don't have the same opportunities that you have, perhaps. But there's no reason to feel bad. That's not going to help them. The best way to help them is to feel good about yourself and keep yourself present and happy and raise vibrations of everyone around you and do what you can as far as being a charitable person. And then we have the Magician manifesting all of that. Even in social distancing, or even when there's negative influences around, or even when there are third parties around, or overindulgences or gossipers, you can still manifest. You don't allow this to affect you. So then the impatience, the temperance card reversed. Why is that there for Pisces? Well, impatience when feeling like you got tripped up or you messed up or you didn't succeed in what you wanted to do. This is dropping the facade, dropping the act, breaking the patterns. How do you break the patterns that lead to a better world? Doing things differently. Because this upright is societal norms. This is about perhaps we need to do things differently and break the old patterns. Maybe religion isn't the best thing for everyone. Why aren't we all one? Maybe establishment, the community isn't done the right way. Maybe there needs to be a change in that. Or maybe the marriage isn't serving anyone in the family, so maybe there needs to be a change in that. Maybe the patriarchy isn't what's working for everyone, and the boys' club or the men's club needs to change. Or just being more spiritual or outside the box, needing out of the box thinkers. Those are the ones who have changed our world in the past. So the impatience, the unhappiness about conditions is what spurs people onward to do great things, but in a peaceful way. The wars aren't what make it great. It's the great ideas and creativeness that make things great. You don't want to make yourself a prisoner. This is overworking or not working or done aligning, no longer wanting to overwork and be a prisoner. Right? This is like taking from others. This is like really overdoing it. This is like taking from the rich to give to the prisoners. It's not even the poor, it's the prisoners. Taking from the rich to give to the poor, or perhaps stealing ideas from someone who's manifested well to use as your own. But doing that in an unethical way then imprisons you. So what's the point anyway? You're not happy. So it's just showing you how energy works. Don't allow the impatience and the injustice to get the best of you. The best thing you can do is keep your vibration high, because then we have that 9 of Pentacles reversed. After someone stealing from them, taking them down, someone needs to choose a new path. No longer be dependent. Be able to do things on your own, to make your own decisions. Choose a new path in the aftermath of disaster, or in the aftermath of sudden events, epiphanies that you may have had, the uncomfortable feelings associated with what you've experienced recently, and then going forward one step at a time. The Knight of Pentacles is the best knight in the deck in that sense, because they're very slow and sure-footed. They do things right the first time. Like they get a good foundation first and then they go. They don't rush into things. But they can be slow as well. But it's very methodical. It's the workhorse. It's the loyal, humble servant who's there to help others. That's the best way you can do it, by just helping those out. Helping yourself, be loving yourself first, and then helping as much as you can with others. You don't need much to do that. And after that, we have the Moon reversed and the Chariot reversed, which are both Cancer cards. So this may be having to do with the Cancer season, because we're starting at the solar eclipse. Cancer starts. How cool is that? And that's a big time to move forward from the eclipse through Cancer. So, you know, June 21st to July 21st looks like a big time to get things done, or major improvements will be made. Or perhaps you're going to move or travel going forward. I'm going to put this back, but then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is destined, guys. So what's next for Pisces? Next is the King of Wands. Coming out of dependency, or losing money, or having draining kids, or draining people in your life. Well, he's upright, the man of passion. After being reversed over here, now he's upright. He's gained a new perspective. After the battle, after losing the battle, or just in a losing battle in general. And then a sudden event came in, a sudden epiphany. Perhaps a nice feeling overwhelmed you. All right, the man of passion ends the battle to become inspired. He wants to experience epiphanies, perhaps that higher love, you know, that ultimate orgasm. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Two of Swords upright. So this is someone who's ungrounded, or just is losing money, or at worst can be a very greedy person. This is someone either unaware or pretending not to know, like trying to keep her eyes closed so she doesn't have to deal with things. So the King of Wands is upright. And there he is. That's Libra energy. And here, for me, that's Capricorn. Oh, there we go. Libra, Capricorn, and the King of Wands. So this could be another aspect of the King of Wands. Maybe he lost money and status. So he's hanging out now, but this is destined. So whatever happened with the King of Wands was meant to be. And that's in your energy, Pisces, whether that's you as the masculine or as a feminine, your masculine energy. And then why is the Tower there? This is looking back at the past or around the past and learning to surrender, like give up, like don't, sometimes it's not worth the battle to know ahead of time to surrender instead of going through the fight and then realizing it wasn't really worth it after all. Implementing a plan, Stan. Don't need to be coy, Roy, just listen to me. All right. Being moderate, saving, grounding, holding on loosely, and just find out what's important to you is having a good view, what makes you really happy. Maybe that's all it takes. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to work hard to be worthwhile. You need to do what you enjoy each day to see what your own gifts are, why God puts you on this earth, right? Express your true joy, your true authentic self, and stop caring what other people think. And then why do we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed with the Two of Swords upright? Where here she is upright when the King of Swords is reversed. So it looks like there may be two people who aren't getting along. This could also be someone with a cutthroat attorney, right? But this is someone who's can be verbally abusive or not in their truth or lying. He could be lying to her, or this could be a side of her that you don't see because she's reversed over here. She's pretending not to see. So it's showing you she's coming off as the good person to make the King of Swords look bad when she's actually reversed over here, pretending not to see the truth, or maybe that's him pretending not to see the truth. It can go either way. But it's about someone deceiving themselves by pretending they don't know so they don't have to deal with things, which is a lie. And even if no one knows that you're doing that, you know it, so the energy affects you and everyone around you. You can't lie because energy can't lie. So then we have these two guys of the need to drop your burdens, dump a load, responsibilities, or confess in order to receive that offer of passion, creativity, new growth after someone heals and is able to receive love, like learning to receive love, learning to use your intuition, or now that a secret is out. So the Lovers and the Empress come up, this comes up reversed next. So this may be a breakup or a lack of affection. This can be a wife, a mother, an aunt, a boss. But she's upright, so she's either in her power, or maybe she feels like she's above others in certain areas. So, you know, there may be a little bit of greed here with the Queen of Pentacles if she's the same as the Empress, unless that can be a mother and daughter, you know, grandmother and daughter, whatever it is. Maybe there's a relationship here with the daughter, and maybe the mother is happy that the daughter's breaking up with the King of Swords because she never really liked him anyway. There's kind of that energy here too as well. Here's the next cards are the Hermit reversed, unhappy. This could be somebody over-isolating and unhappy. This is Virgo energy. We have Taurus with the Empress. And then Pisces is right above that with the High Priestess reversed. So we have a Pisces and then a Taurus and then a Virgo energy. And like I said, my daughter has Taurus in her chart and I'm Virgo. So those are the kind of energies that are coming up. So, you know, like the Virgo energy not being happy because I asked my daughter not to go into a protest and she did it anyway. It's, you know, and it doesn't, I'm just giving my daughter as an example, but you can just fit it into your own situation. The underlying energy going into this read then comes up as justice of perhaps children who have fallen, an offer of love to those who have fallen or out of control children, finding justice. This is Libra energy as well. And then we have Leo and Libra, and then Aquarius. And this is feeling depressed or loss of hope or needing to heal. And then we have the King of Cups upright and the Emperor upright, which is really powerful, loving, masculine energy. So some masculine energy coming to the rescue. This could even represent Trump, okay, and helping out the situation. Okay, so we have Aries, Libra, Leo here, offering love to kids or the difficult situation, those who are drained, those who are sick, those in need, the justice system, and the president, or just two powerful bodies, you know, in your government or your neighborhoods, or those trying to help the situation, for those who are depressed or lost. But more importantly is to learn to empower yourself. All right, so let's get the, these are really long reads today. It's 3704, which is the King of Cups and the Emperor. And those are the two cards we ended up on. How cool is that? King of Cups is all about unconditional love, and the Emperor is about gaining control over your life. It shouldn't be about controlling others. It should just be about controlling your own thoughts, emotions, and passions. All right, so let's see again, who are the players here for Pisces? We had Cancer reversed in the underlying energy. Then we have Pisces. Then we have a lot of kid energies here. So you could be a younger Pisces. My daughter's in her 20s, so she's not a kid. But these are definitely coming up as children because they're very vulnerable in a protest type situation. We have Sagittarius reversed here. And again, we have the King and Queen of Wands. So definitely Sagittarius and Leo and Aries all came up. And then we have Scorpio. And those are the major cards. All right, so what is the takeaway advice for Pisces here? All right, that came right out. And I got a peek at the sun before I put the deck down. But 24, there are always adjacent possibilities. There are always other ways to get through without destruction, okay? Adjacent possibilities. 24 is the Queen of Wands. So without using your wand energy to get things done, which is aggression, right? Instead of using aggression, use creativity. It's another way of using your energy. So then we have the storm warning, the number 10. We warned you, right? 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever happens was meant to be. Somebody had to learn. I mean, how many times have your kids done silly things, but they never did it again, right? If something really tragic happened. So there's always other ways of getting through things and doing things and reacting to things when the storm comes. The storm is destined. Creativity is your adjacent possibility, to be creative and get on path again. 12 is the be wise. It's the Hangman. Unless you want to be hung out to dry, it's better to be in caring connections. 14 is a higher love. So that's the message for you for sure. There's always another way. To be the goddess of the moon, the 52 is the Queen of Swords. Be of an integrity of light. Okay, hold up the moon. Don't pull it out of the sky. Don't be deceptive. And the underlying energy is 46, which is that very much Pisces type energy. The Six of Cups, the children in the garden, learning what their new skills are. What can I do to make a difference in the world? The thinking man. This is very much about the logical man. So Pisces might have a nice logical man. Whether that's you, Pisces, that King of Cups can be Pisces. That was with the Emperor. yeah, it's really about your journey and really learning what's important in your life, to really hold on to those caring connections and know who you are and what kind of a difference can you make in the world, and maybe understanding better why a man is very logical, where maybe you didn't understand them before. Maybe you learned something this weekend that you didn't understand before. All right, so now we have the crystal angels. Or some of the women appreciating that the men are always there to protect them. That there's a reason for that, you know, because they're stronger and stronger. They're bigger and stronger human beings for the most part. And it makes them feel good to be able to take care of those less strong than them. And it can be vice versa as well with feminines. There can be masculine feminines as well. All right, so what is the advice from the Crystal Angels deck for Pisces? Okay, we have two coming up here. Apophyllite, and that's increased support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to abundance of help and opportunities. All right, so being positive and allowing others to love you, not just you loving them, but allowing them to love you back. Amber, and that's funny. There's an amber that my daughter knew when she was little. Give it to God, take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. So any frustrations you have, you know, give it up to God as a gift. And be happy. Be grateful for your breath right now at the moment. And then we have lapis lazuli. Life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. All right, so you may have found a new passion or just an epiphany about why things are the way they are and what's important to you. Okay, so then we have the underlying energy of angelite, which is spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increase spiritual growth. Okay, so maybe the groups you were associated with weren't really helping you grow or benefiting you, weren't serving your true purpose. So maybe you need to find a new group. Maybe you found your true passion. Okay, look at the beautiful colors. So very much pinks, but it's very peachy too here. And this is very much the throat chakra going into the third eye and crown, and then the gold of the Christ consciousness, the unity consciousness. And I was just getting an amber alert too from the amber. So that might have happened with someone. There might be an amber alert. So pay attention when you get an amber alert. Really look at the picture and see if you can remember the name and the picture, so that when you are out and about, you could literally help somebody or use your psychic abilities. I did that in working on my psychic abilities. Someone had lost their dog in the neighborhood, so I called them and asked them if they'd be interested in having me give it a go and see if I can help figure it out. And she was definitely resonating with everything I would come up with. It was definitely correct information. And actually, they did end up getting the dog back. And it was the middle of the winter, so if they'd been outside, lost somewhere, they would have frozen to death because it was a small dog. But I was able to tell her I didn't feel like they were in danger. I felt like they were actually feeling bad because they were like cheating on their mother. Like there was another dog around, and they felt bad because they were cheating on their mom. It was so cute, and it was true. They were in somebody else's home who had the exact same type of dog, so they had a little bit of a love affair there, but they were returned to their home. So it was a really great experience. So you can try that kind of thing too. All right, Pisces, 4422, grounding and integrating the receiving of love, and the 22 with an open heart, taking a leap of faith. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Love yourself. Love yourself. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Rise and be loved, guys. Bye.